Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxchair, on the panel is a one and only Blue Star, and that legend that is Bridgeman. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Oxchair, evening, Bridgeman, and evening to all the Bears and Bluebells out there.
Can I just say a big good evening to you boys in the panel? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby. Massive good evening to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening, and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Oh, this is your first bank holiday, Blue Star, isn't it? You've done on the show.
It is indeed.
Oh, quadruple time you get. Didn't you, Bridge?
I knew you were going to ask me that one. Shocker. I'm afraid Fox is too miserable for anything like that, pal.
I said you can have as much as you like. Time.
Don't ask for the payment, but
as long as there's a zero in it.
Love it.
Oh, I'm going to say he's tight, but geez, oh,
shocker he is, shocker. So you're going to give us a wee update on your house, how your house improvements are going?
Well, I'm still doing the groundwork on the helicopter pad, mate. You know?
Right. That's not finished yet, then.
No, that's not finished. But
just a wee lightweight helicopter. Is it only for a wee lightweight helicopter? You take military level.
Only for shopping, mate.
Only for the shopping. I love it.
The Queen's Flight, funny enough, the Queen's Flight's just moved up the road to me, mate. Seriously, the Huff.
I love it.
The Huff, honestly.
That's super. They're moving in beside you. That's the truth.
They've just moved up the road. I tell you, you're still in a good mood. Enjoyed your dinner. Everything's hunky dory in the Bridge world.
Oh yes, I mean, look, it's been quite a good weekend for us. Truth be told, I think our team played exceptionally well. You can see the improvements, the way we played. If that could have been 5 or 6 really in Saturday, and it wouldn't have been. It wouldn't be flattering, you know. We were way better than Hearts, and that's for sure. We were way better than at Ibrox, and we're way better than our own place. They got a goal. That's a bit I'm disappointed in, but I'm not going to let it get me down too much. I thought it was a terrible goal to lose.
It wasn't a great goal, but you can say that any goal really when you.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, can I say that I thought really that scoreline flattered Hearts, Blue Star.
Oh, definitely. I was really pleasantly surprised, Oxchair. I genuinely thought that they would have made it really difficult for us, and as Bridgeman said there, it could have been 4, 5, 6 easily, and it was great to see us no picking up any injuries and the ref having reasonably a good game. And it was the fans must have loved it in the nice sunshine. It was a great result and a great performance. I thought they played really, really well.
Do you know, I was talking to my lad today, Bridge, and we were having a quick discussion about the game. And he'd watched it with his mates in a pub in Newcastle, and we were we knew we played okay, but we were saying, were we good or were Hearts poor? You know, because, you know, I don't know. I thought we played some lovely stuff, and as I said, it could have been 5, 6, 7, and they wouldn't have been able to say it was a liberty. Bridge?
They never had an answer to anything we tried to do, to be honest. Admittedly, our goalkeeper brought off a couple of nice saves, but the truth of the matter is we were way better than them. And their goalkeeper made a few good saves as well, truth be told. And if our guys had their proper shooting boots on and felt like it, they could have doubled that score.
Wasn't so much the shooting, was it? It was just passing it when we should have been shooting, and
yes,
and making the opportunity, because we cut through them. And they were glaring opportunities, Blue Star.
Definitely, Ox. I thought maybe the first 15, 20 minutes it took our midfield a wee bit of time to get into the proper kind of movements. But once they all sort of started clicking, you could see Arfield was making a lot of runs. Certainly, I've got to be truthful, I thought a lot of his decision making was pretty poor, because I think it was very evident when you seen Defoe. Defoe had a right go at him quite a few times, but it was one of the things. He was maybe shooting his cell when maybe it would have been easier to pass, but at the same time, the guy was certainly making the proper runs. And to be fair, I thought Defoe's movement and his passing, some of the balls that he laid off to players run about him. I thought he had a really good game. I have to say, I thought Kamara was absolutely outstanding. For me, I thought he was man of the match. He did a lot of unselfish work. But to me, he looks a really, really classy player. His movement, and you can see his head's always up. He knows exactly where to put balls for guys to run onto. I thought he had a terrific game. And as our manager said afterwards, for 50,000, oh aye, the guy's a pure steal, no doubt about it. He's been a revelation since he came in.
I think he was excellent. I thought there was quite a few Rangers players that I would have made man in the match as well. I could have picked anyone for six in some of them. I thought that you saw that wee man Defoe. I thought played excellent, really, really good game. Smooth, so smooth when he's running. As I said before, he gets himself in between the defenders, pulls people away towards him.
You've seen that in the second goal, Bridge.
That goal that Jack scored, it was just fabulous watching him running.
Aye.
He's just running. All of a sudden, he starts turning left, and he moves left faster, and the defenders don't know what to do. And he really, really good, really good.
Well,
I know. As I was saying,
the two catalysts, Bridge, that started the thing off bizarrely for me, and I think Blue Star's right. There wasn't much in it in the first 15 minutes. I thought Katic won a lot of headers and stood up to their big fella, the batter ram. That's all they had, really. And it was not exactly good to watch. And if that's football, Craig, these stands are half empty. I don't know if you noticed that. The amount of empty spaces. No wonder if they're watching that every week. But then it started with John Flanagan, who won the ball in midfield. And it broke to Candeias, and Candeias played Kamara. And Kamara played a lovely ball through to Jermaine Defoe, and it was Sophie. The tackle, 2 touches, and the shot, 4 touches. It was in the back of the net. A lovely goal, Bridgman.
Yeah, absolutely. Really and truly, we played similar moves a lot of the game, and we just never quite got through there. Maybe a wee bit too quick, or maybe not quick enough, that kind of thing. But our passing was superb. I thought we were really good. Except for the wee final ball, sometimes we were just you think you just get that there and it just goes past the guy's foot or something like, But really and truly, I'm not being funny when I say it, Defoe is just so nice to watch, And you were talking about not very many fans. I watched the BBC highlights programme, and I'll tell you now, I watched the Livingston, and who were they playing again? They were playing St Mirren. That stadium was virtually empty. I'm not being funny. Virtually empty. All the stadiums that I saw were, except for them over at Hibs and us, they were the only ones where there were any crowds. The rest of them were just shocking. I think Kilmarnock, who were bumming, shouting and bawling, I think they only got about 6,000 fans. Just dreadful. Sorry, Pa, I didn't want to digress.
I thought that was a shutout at Rugby Parade. I didn't think they could fit any more in.
Yeah,
There was Cruz round the ball, to get in. Did I hear wrong? Are you just telling me something?
Oh, definitely.
False information.
Definitely.
The second goal, Blue Star, Jack mugged the boy at the halfway line, played the ball to Candeias, 2 strides forward. Jack made a good run, and again, as Bridge rightly says, Defoe's movement, cutting across, gave the defenders a problem. Nice pass to Candeias, and I'd like to see more of that for him. Nice weighted pass, and a good finish by Ryan Jack.
A great finish, Ox. And see if you actually watch it, you can see the goalkeeper, he doesn't know whether he's going to bluter it at him or he was going to go to his left-hand side. And Jack just slipped it by his feet in the left eye. He taken it well. And as you say, Candeias' pass was it was beautiful. Really good. Do you know what else I really liked, Ox? See the Rangers fans in that game. They were absolutely superb. The singing in the sun, it was superb to watch. It really was.
You're just going to watch. You don't upset anybody when you're singing,
You said that his name there right at the start. Do you know who I was really impressed with? Because the guy, I can't remember the name of the player he was up against, but he was going in really hard on him. I thought Flanagan had a terrific game. I'll tell you what, he doesn't suffer any fools gladly. I mean, the guy get tore in and he stopped quite a few runs for him going up the wing, and he also put quite a lot of good balls forward. I thought Flanagan had a really good game.
So I think he's had a good game. I think he's had a good game the last couple of games, to be honest. I really do.
Yep.
Well, if you criticise Bridge, you've got to be honest when somebody plays well, huh?
Absolutely.
I would think so, I would think so, pal.
So the third goal came from a situation, ended up a corner kick. How we never scored before that was a mystery. Defoe, Arfield, they were playing for offside. Arfield was clearly onside as he timed his run perfectly.
Yeah.
Cut it back to Candeias and I don't know what happened. But we got to the corner. Stephen Davis spun the ball so it was going in the quadrant and passed it to Candeias. And again, something I'd like to see from Murphy Candeias. An absolutely wonderful cross. And Big Katic looked really pleased to get my third goal. And I thought at that stage, Bridgeman, I thought we were going to go and run riot.
I think, telling the purposes, we did run riot, to be honest. But we never put the ball in the net enough, that's all. And I think that Hearts really did get away with it. Did get away with it, for sure.
Well, how was your egg, by the way?
Lovely.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Did you get one?
No, Fox never got me one.
Blue Star, did you get one?
I did indeed.
Fox never got you one, but you got Fox one.
I got him a matchmaker one. You know why?
Oh, that's straight enough. Well, you know what I mean. It's just one way street with you.
An orange matchmaker one.
An orange one. Excuse me.
It was. He doesn't like man. He doesn't like man. He likes.
Excuse me. Brilliant, pal. Brilliant.
No, but he said to me Saturday morning.
Go on, pal.
How do you know me one of the dear ones, the Lindors or Thorntons or something like that?
He's got a fucking cheeky.
Oh, I know, mate. I know. Anyway, if people want to join us, these are thoughts on the game. And see if they want to borrow my helicopter for a few weeks' time. What's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online where you're brought into the call by my close personal friend Fox. And what can he talk about, Blue Star?
They can talk about anything to do with the Rangers.
Anything to do with Rangers. There's a couple of wee stories I've seen this weekend, but I'll leave them. Nothing major, just stories that really touched me. I was really pleased to read them. We've got my first caller coming in. Let's see if you can get who. I'll give you a clue.
Is he handsome?
No.
Oh dear.
But his bush is always well maintained.
I know who that is. We know who that is, that's for sure.
Evening,
JFK.
James.
Evening, chaps and chapesses.
Evening, Jimmy.
Sorry, Blue Star. Hi, Bridge. Hello.
How you doing, Jimmy? All right?
I'm all right, Mr. Oxshire. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Enjoying this good weather, fine weather.
Yep. And I hope our Fox and old school are okay in the background there. Yeah, weather was good today. I was out doing a bit of gardening today. Don't give me that joke. That's already been pruned, that bit you were going to say.
Yes.
And then I participated in a few libations in the garden.
All right, okay. Did you have any of the coals things on? Smoke?
No, I don't do things like that, mate. No, I was just sat out there and windows open, a bit of tunes, and I must say I thoroughly enjoyed it. Wife was away out all day, and I just sat and sank maybe 9 or 10 bottles of beer. Absolutely wonderful.
Sure there's a song about
that. Aye, so there is, aye.
Wow, yeah, that's a lot of beer, pal.
A good weekend, guys. It was my wife's 50th birthday. We celebrated that yesterday. She's birthday's the same day as Her Majesty.
Oh.
So I've got 2 queens in my life, as I say. Keep it clean now, Oxshire.
Why me?
And the result the weekend was absolutely wonderful.
No heard for you, JFK, so what were your thoughts?
My thoughts were, same as the rest of these guys are saying, it was a complete performance. It could have been 5-6. Missed a couple of decent chances. Boy Middleton missed a good chance, but yeah. And I was wondering if they were going to say no, it was Hearts' fault that they get beat, but we did get praise for certain quarters, which I was quite surprised about. But for me, everybody Flanagan surprised me once again. I thought he had a great game.
Yeah.
I thought they gave the man of the match to the wrong man. My man of the match was Katic. But everybody I've spoken to seems to have different variations who they thought was man of the match.
I think you could have gave it to Katic, you could have gave it to Davis, you could have gave it to Kamara, you could have gave it to Jack, you could have gave it to Arfield, you could have gave it to Defoe.
Yeah, you're
and
right, mate.
Candias set up 2 of the 3 goals, so you can throw his hat in the ring, even though I didn't think he had a great game, and I don't want to say as if I'm on his back. But and then, as you rightly said, Flanagan was industrious, and Goldson and Tav were quiet. They just got on with their jobs, didn't do a lot, but they kind of. It was a team performance, and that's how you're struggling.
It was a team performance, mate. I mean, like my own boy Graham and he picked Stephen Davis as his man of the match.
Really?
I heard the Blue Star saying that his was Kamara, and I can't disagree with that. It was a full-blown team performance, but really, really pleasing. It'd have been nice to have been there on a nice sunny day. There's nothing better than sitting watching the Rangers when it's the sun's at your back and it's a nice warm day. But yeah, it was a great result, and then the next day we know what happened. Things kind of sort of went our way. So, well, can I just say, if I get first dibs in that helicopter, please, I'm all right.
Pick you up, mate. I'll pick you up.
Thanks very much for that. I've got my name down now, so I know that I'm going to get on it.
I'll pick you up,
let's wait and see, because I listened to half an hour of Snide tonight just to see.
Go on then. Tell us all about it.
Oh, they're panicking, mate. There was about 5 of them on, and it was all about getting rid of Lennon and that. And I tried to get phoning in just to put the span on the works, because I wanted to say I wanted to keep Lennon.
That's a great point. Would it be good if at their game, would it be good if we gave him a real warm welcome? And what I mean is a sarcastic welcome.
Oh, well, I think you know what's going to happen, but it's going to be the song's going to be there, Cheer Up Neil Lennon.
No, I would go the other way, mate. I would sing There's Only One Neil Lennon.
Aye. Oh, so would I.
Because getting sacked in the morning.
No. Lennon.
There's only one Neil. There's only one Neil Lennon as an ironic song, because I think he knows he's coaching a shaky nail.
It will be if he doesn't get wins under his belt, I'll tell you.
Well, I suppose, Bridge, since yesterday, mate, and this weekend, we don't want to dwell on it too much. We've all sat down and we've all spoke about the connotations and the permutations that could and might happen. And as long as there's more seats in that helicopter that we can all go in, then that might be good. But yeah, it was good to see. I watched his interview. And I did the same as you, Bridge, and I keep saying I'm not going to, but it's like sticking your tongue in the battery again. I watched Sports Scene and I watched Starler and Waldorf again, bumping their gums. But it is, so Lennon's interview on it was priceless, you could see he's a worried man. So long may that continue. But look, the journey for us so far has been great, and I think there's bigger and better things to come next season. So, yeah, it was a good weekend I've had up here. Thanks.
Good on you.
And the wee guy for Kilmarnock didn't let MD down. Get pumped again, got pumped again, and came out with a big outburst at the end.
Yeah.
What a drama queen, eh? What a drama queen.
I did look at it. I did look at the decisions, mate, and you could argue both ways. I watched them just out of curiosity, Bridge. What I will say is, I'm not Clark's greatest fan, but how the boy for Aberdeen was still on the park. That's a mystery of the Blue Cosgrove.
And even their manager, the wee guy McInnes, he said that as well when he came out at half time. As I said to him, I'm surprised you're still on that park. You're not going back on again. That's it. Sure.
But anyway, that's their problem, though.
That's their problem, definitely, mate.
But I thought we played really, really well. I know we sometimes talk about the negatives, but again, I think Stevie G, again, getting it right with Middleton, whether the boy's going to get there, we don't know, but I think you've seen that he's still got to work on his game and he's got things to learn.
Yeah.
Well, I know it was only a cameo, but that's what you see, that's the difference. Yeah. And hopefully he gets there, Blue Star. Eh?
Absolutely. We want to see our own players going forth and prospering, so to speak. But as you say, he made a couple of mistakes when he came on. But again, he is young, but I mean, he's been doing well on the reserve, so here's hoping that another pre-season under his belt, more training with the rest of the first team players, and hopefully Stevie G can bring it out in him.
Just a wee bit of thing about I don't know if you've actually announced it, Oxshare, but the cup finals on live and TV on Thursday night.
You better tell Blue Star.
Aye, I thought it was Friday.
No, is it?
Which TV?
BBC Scotland, mate.
So you'll not be able to watch it, Bridge. The rest of us will let you know how it goes, you know.
Correct.
Listen, mate, you should be like JFK. He's got principles, and if you don't like them, he's got other ones.
Yep. Always. Yep. Half empty, half full. You name it, it's there.
Guys, did you hear our manager talking about the kind of good thing he said about Polster? He really seemed really upbeat about Polster, and I like the wee bit when he says, I think a lot of fans will be really, really surprised next season with him. So he's obviously got high hopes for Polster.
Yeah.
Aye, well, he's a player that's going to become popular with the support.
Yeah. Aye, definitely.
There was a couple of stories, just to lighten the mood a wee bit. There was a couple of stories. I don't know if you noticed it, Bridgeman. We're under 11s, went to a tournament. Let me see. Yep. The Algarve Cup, where they beat Porto 6-4 in the semi-final. 6-4.
Wow.
That's the kind of
Under 11s.
Aye.
Very good. If they're beating any European teams, that's a great prospect, isn't it?
Let me see. The score. I think the score was even more bizarre in the final. Wait a minute. I think it was 7-5. It was in the final.
Wow.
Very good.
But anybody who's got 5 minutes, get yourself on the thread and follow. I'll put it in the lobby for anybody who wants to see it. And there's the young boys celebrating after they won the semi-final. Was absolutely first class to me. And there was another story. Let me just see that. But brilliant. So somebody's doing something right at youth level, Blue Star, then JFK.
Definitely, Ox, because the one thing you know about the Spanish, etc., they're all these boys are of a very, very great ball control. They're very skillful. So for our kids to go out and beat them, that's a great showing. It really is.
I don't want to upset Porto's in Portugal, mate.
Aye, but I mean, you know what I mean. It's the same language kind of thing. Anything abroad, if you're beating European teams, you're especially at that level. At that age group, it shows you they've got something about them. Yeah. And the very fact it's a high scoring game, I think that's great prospect. So I do.
Yep. I'm glad you've come on to this subject, Oxshare. It's something I was maybe going to talk about in the coming days and that, but I don't know if anybody's read the big article with Mark Allen about Colt teams and how he feels that Rangers are far beyond anybody they knew in youth development, because he put the model of the Ajax team they knew that's playing in the Champions League semi-final, and they named 9 of the players how they've all come through the Colt system. And the Colt system is the same as in Portugal, Spain, France, Italy and Germany, where they're allowed to have a reserve team, they call it a Colt team, in the lower leagues of their divisions. And they're not allowed promotion, but they're allowed to participate in all competitions, including cups. And Mark Allen, who works frequently with Pep Guardiola, Guardiola's trying to get this sort of thing started down south as well. And I think the progress that the Rangers youngsters are making for under 11s right up to what we're doing, the Alcash Cup and things like that, I think we'll see the fruition of that hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years. But I don't know if any of you saw the article. Mark Allen had a good big article on it regarding the Colt system. What do you guys think about maybe having a Rangers, or it doesn't matter what, Rangers or Thistle or whatever, in the lower leagues of the Scottish divisions? Do you think it's a good idea rather than just having token reserve games?
Jimmy, our club, were we know the ones that were instigators there the last few years back and taking that outward kind of game? We opted more for like the under-17s going into the European competitions.
No, that's
right?
the one between the youth and the
We
first team, mate. It's to make that transition. We would know it as reserve football, under 21, under 23. You know, it's that step for that.
Yep. Right.
So you're not making two steps. You go that step, then the next step. Is that the point, JFK?
Aye, it's not so much the young ones. It's the boys between probably about 17 and 19 next year. And what they've done is that they've formed colt teams, which are up against decent players. I mean, you think of probably the Eredivisie. My goodness, I said Eredivisie.
Sorry, boy.
The Eredivisie second and third divisions are reasonable breeding grounds for good players. So these colt teams are allowed to play in them. The same as I said, France, Italy, Germany, and Spain and Portugal's one as well as Holland. So I'd like to see that implemented. Matt Allen's really up for it, and I think it's something that we could see him trying to push for. But he says, as so far, he's come up against a brick wall that the SFA and the SPFL are kind of against it. And we know why, because the smaller clubs seem to think that, we'll steal their thunder. But we know we can fill any stadium. It'd be great. But if I can't go and see Rangers playing away from home, then I would go and watch the Colts. The same as we used to do Oxford in the older days. Used to go to the reserves games, mate.
Yeah.
You didn't get a ticket, you went to the reserve game. It was at Ibrox or whatever. So just when you're talking about the youths and that, it's not just about the young boys. Young boys are under 11s, under 15s and that are doing really well. But I'd like to see something happen with the older players, like some Middleton and boys like that, and the McCrory boys. We know that the older McCrory boys is playing first team football, but I think it'd be a great idea.
I think I don't think the death of reserve football has been a good thing for Scottish football, if I'm being honest, JFK. And that would replicate some of that, where you're giving people competitive football over a season at a decent standard. What would worry me is what we saw in the journey, and the officiating and the hammer throwers would really, really worry me. It's all right saying, you learn to stand up for them, but can ruin people's career, Bridgeman.
Yeah, some of these people are cruel. They get absolutely no idea that and sometimes they mean it, and other times they're that daft and dense that they don't really realise what they're doing. I remember the boys at Sandaza, you call him, and I think it was only his third game for the Rangers. They get his face totally smashed in, a real bad injury, and that was just probably somebody going for him because of who he was and what he was, and I think that's what happens a lot with the Rangers players, and I've always said and maintained that we should be doing what the Europeans do. Any of our players get touched, get right round, every single player get up there and get round the player and round the referee and get it sorted. And make sure nobody touches any other players, because that's the best way to do it for me anyway. Because some of these guys will take liberties. We've seen it all season, the last 2 seasons. We've seen it all the time, of course, guys. But some of our better players have been literally put out of the game. Dorans, I don't know if he'll ever make it back.
Have any of you guys ever actually watched the England under-23 league?
No, I haven't.
No. Well, I watch regular. I mean, I watch Liverpool regular. I mean, obviously, yourselves are my blue nose and that, but my second love is Liverpool. And I watch their under-23s, and I'm telling you, Oxford, there's some cracking players in the under-23 league. We're talking about players that allow 3 overage players. And you get some players that are playing it.
Bridge might get again, man.
Aye, probably, aye. I'll hold the jackets. I'll be the jacket holder. But no, I can see where these are coming for, like the rough and tumble and the tackling and all that. But look, you're never going to... Is that
Scottish disease, JFK?
Aye, I would think so. You look at other leagues and it doesn't happen. I would agree with you there. It can either be the making or the breaking of a player. I agree with Bridgie's saying there, and it's sad, and you're right as well. It's a Scottish cultural thing, and especially against Rangers. We're not being paranoid about it. Whenever it's Rangers on the park, the decisions go bad for us and the kick is all over the place and we don't get a decent run of the ball. So I'd like to see some, and I think it'd be good for the boys. These boys are playing in Europe, so they're going away and they're doing well against good European sides, the reserves and the youth team. And it'd be good to see them competitively, and I think that it would give them a G up. And it's just a pity this game on Thursday is behind closed doors, because myself, I would definitely be there to support the youth team, but sadly that's not to be.
But Prescott in, mate. Prescott in.
Yeah, there's a few others I know that are getting it.
For Fox.
Aye. I'll sit with a couple of tinnies and watch it on the telly. That'll do me.
Jimmy, I think you've got a good point there, mate. I think if we consider even our first team pool, the amount of times that you can see maybe somebody coming in that's not had a game for maybe half a dozen games, and the first thing you always get hit, he's fit, but he's no match fit. If I'm not saying necessarily like your top 18 players, but maybe for the ones outside that, if we were to pick up a couple of injuries in 1 week, we know it happens in training all the time. At least then, if players are getting games of some kind, then you could say that they're even half match fit, if you know what I mean. I know they're not going hell for leather. I don't mean it that way, but you've got a point there, because it would keep ones that are maybe on the peripheral, on the fringes. At least they'd be right up to speed, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because they're not getting that if they're just training.
My understanding, GFK, I might be totally wrong here, but you can't flip between the two. You're either way the Colts. It's like that's the squad for a year, or you're way the first team.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're a Colt player, you play for that team, and you cannot be that 25 players. We'll say, right? You name 25 players for that. I was reading all about it. It was actually fascinating to read about how it was working. You pick 25 players for the season, and that is the only 25 players you can use. Any players who are having to drop out the 25 who, through injury or whatever, right, can only be replaced by a same as Colt type player. And any Colt player cannot be progressed to the first team in that playing season. So they must complete at least one season as a Colt in that league. No matter if they get in there and bang in 50 goals in a season and there's 5 games to go and then they decide we're going to bring him here to the first team, that's not allowed under the rules. So they would have a good experience against decent professionals. The championship is a decent level for some of the Colt boys that could come through. The boys, I mean, no Glenn Middleton's played for the first team, but like a Gresdan and Middleton and boys like that, and if they're not getting a game on the Saturday and the Colts are playing on the Sunday, then they could get a run out for the Colts on the Sunday if they were the overage players. So you could only name 3 overage players in that at any one time. Can't have 5 named in the 25. You must have only allowed to play 3. I think it's a great way to. As I say, I must have watched about 10, 15 games this season, and some of it in down south, and they've got it good down there. They've got some good players coming through their systems and coming into their first team. We don't have that up here, and that's no Rangers' fault.
It's the step, it's the progression in it, and this the 6 substitutes, and they think putting somebody on the bench. It's great. The first time you get to go with the first team, you get to go on the bench. No lot of good you don't go on.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
You know? I mean, what was that like? Majority of times you had to carry it. You turned up and they gave you the knife to off the oranges. You must have got sick of it.
I did, pal. I did. It was murder.
Did you go to a lot of reserve games, Bridge?
When we were younger and, when we were following, sometimes it was really difficult to get to. And if it had happened, then we just went to the reserve game because it was on. I remember, of course, it was when we were away, or the big team was away, the B team or the reserve team played, and it was you could get over there for a lot less money. Sometimes the buses get put off. I'll tell the truth. Sometimes we're travelling, buses get put off. We couldn't win another one, so we're kind of tough, So it was fun and games, but great to go to Ibrox and watch the reserves. I mean, sometimes it was like 5, 6, maybe 10,000 people there. It was quite good,
Yeah.
Here's a blast
Brilliant.
for you, JFK. The first time I went, I was meant to go to the Tivoli.
The Tivoli.
Were you getting? How did you get in jam jars? God, the Tivoli. I used to go there on a Saturday morning to watch Flash Gordon. Oh, magic it was. I think that was her name.
What a shocker you
I'm
are,
going to
by
have
the
a
way.
word with Roy.
That's
Oh,
terrible.
God, that is a blast, Roy, aye. Dear me. But no, I think we spoke about it before when Ian Durrant made his comeback. You remember the crowd that day? They ended up opening up another 2 stands. So I think, I think that Rangers are doing. It's no Rangers' fault. But there's a lot of young fans out there who don't get to home games. And I think it's I know they're going to open up Hummel or Auchenhow, whatever they're going to be calling it in the future, to maybe 1,500 to 2,000 people. But I think if they opened up Ibrox for a game like that, I think they would get a decent crowd. I might be wrong. Maybe going back as a backward step, but
I see a lot of merits in it, mate. There's definitely something wrong in Scottish football.
Yeah.
There's
And
definitely
Mark Allen did say that. He says the brick wall that's been put up, he says, is silly. He says because they're shooting themselves in the foot. He says the Colt system is a model that we should be following. He says, and I think Scotland need to follow that, but they're not going to do it, especially if it's a Rangers idea.
But we're doing really well at qualifying for tournaments, etc., aren't we?
Yeah,
We're
definitely.
starting, really well at that,
Well, as I say, I hadn't heard anything about that day two that you mentioned, but Ox, for under 11s, we know that's another 5-6 years maybe down the line, but the very fact we all seen that tournament there with the under 17s, and the very fact that they were beating European teams and the first British side to do it in that tournament, that's absolutely terrific for us. It's terrific because they're playing against real good players. It's not as if it's players that are well doing their line in regards to whatever team they're with. Some of the players you could see, there was one of the games, I can't mind if it was the semi-final or no, some of the guys looked, oh good grief, they looked as old as me, some of them. It's not as if they were wee.
They're stretching a long bow there.
I know, but you know what I mean? It's not as if they looked like wee young boys. I mean, some of them were big physical guys, so the very fact our under 17s went out there and beat them all, I think that's absolutely terrific. And at 17, let's be truthful, if you've got it at all, you're then pushing for the fringes of the first team pool, so that can only be great for us. It really can. And the boys are getting great experience playing against.
Well, what was fantastic with that tournament was how positive the media did it was about the club, wasn't it? If you think back.
Terrific.
Yeah.
I mean, the way the English portrayed it, it was absolutely... The difference between listening to the guys that were commentating on it to ours, it was completely night and day. They showed Scottish football for what it was. They really did.
They never got a mention in Scotland till the Rangers actually won it.
And even then, JFK, you're selling the Daily Rags. There was a toty wee piece if it was even that. Yeah. And yet the English guys were portraying it, and so was English radio. They were raving about Rangers because they had won that tournament, and rightly so.
Yeah.
We really have got the poorest press.
Yep.
It's certainly the most anti-Rangers press that I've ever known. And I worked in the papers when I was a young laddie and used to devour the press. That was the days of the Times, News and Citizen Final.
Because you delivered you're a paper, it doesn't mean you worked in the press.
No, I was in the I worked in the Evening Times when I left school.
I know what happened.
So it was a joy to be there as well. That was they had the Evening Times and the Glasgow Herald, quite good journals, really and truly. See now,
nobody, no many in the lobby will maybe remember the Citizen Bridge, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It used to show the Times News and Citizen Final. That was a chat. Evening News and Evening Times.
Right.
And Evening Citizen. Wow. The Citizen was green on a Saturday.
Right.
The Citizen was green on a Saturday and the Evening Times was pink.
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do, mate.
They used to get the results out. When you were coming out the game, they used to have the results.
Aye. Right.
I must have guessed some of them. Anyway, if people want to join us, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can you join us, JFK?
You can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, where our good friends Fox and Old School Blue will get you connected.
What can they talk about, Blue Star?
They can talk about anything and everything about Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they can talk about all Bears golf. His line, I wonder if he got offered a cash out at the weekend.
Uh-huh.
I wonder how his golf is.
Oh, it's just going back to the talking about that tournament, the under-17s were on there. If you consider the amount of English teams that have been in that tournament, whether it was Man City or Chelsea's or Liverpool's, the whole lot of them, none of them had won that tournament. So the very fact Glasgow Rangers under-17s won that tournament, I think that's why the two blokes that were commentating on it, the enthusiasm that shone out of the guys, it was absolutely terrific. I mean, they were raving about our players.
Yep.
And the very fact none of the English teams, and we all know it all comes down to finance, and it dribbles down even into the other boys' teams. The very fact none of the English teams have even came close to winning that tournament, for us to go in there and win that, it should have been plastered everywhere in the Scottish media. And yet, as JFK said in Bridge, it was absolutely a total wee bit in one newspaper, I think it was. It was scandalous, absolutely shocking. It was a great achievement for our boys that winning that
I think
tournament.
it's one of the youngest teams in it as well, Blue Star.
Aye, it was. That's what I'm saying, Ox. When you seen those semi-finals, some of those guys some of them honestly looked well into their 20s. I mean, they were big physical guys. Some of them had big long beards, and you're saying to yourself, good grief. And yet our boys played them all off the park and eventually won the tournament. It was a terrific achievement, absolutely terrific. And yet our media hardly gave us a mention. Scandalous.
You know, and they use us in different ways. STV's News Tonight, headline news, right? First story in the news by John Mackay. Rangers sign a Motherwell player, the young boy Hasty. What's his name? Hasty. So the young boys, based on what he said, when they went into the story, Rangers are set to sign him. So I don't understand how that's headlines. They've not signed them yet. What's the headlines for? There's never any stories, and they don't want to write about Celtic. They don't want to talk about Celtic no winning. You know what I mean? So they'll put a wee snippet about Rangers, and the day before it was some other negative story about Rangers. It just utter shit. So here's the thing. Nearly spoiled that. Sorry.
So what you going to watch? You're not going to be able to watch BBC. You can't watch STV. You're going to be struggling shortly, boy.
I will be, pal.
You're not going to watch that Bang Babes when your missus is in.
Oh dear.
You know, but well, we are the only show in town, mate, and that's the trouble with negative or positive. It's us that makes the stories, us that makes the news, us that makes the headlines, JFK.
Of course it is.
But there is the biggest story ever in Scottish football sitting there, but not hearing about it. But
they're moving on, and that's going to be. They're going to get that the same as the sectarian stuff, the pedo one. They're going to make that. They're going to get that banned.
Talking about Bridge, I don't know.
No, but I'm saying they're going to get that. They're a big move on now to get that banned. That's what they'll do.
There's a lot of moves that you can see that happening.
By the way, Jimmy, may I say, it wasn't anything to do with Rangers fans.
No.
This was the Aberdeen fans that were singing it to them.
No. But the negativity, I mean, when they started the Gers fans sang the song to Stevie Clark, and there was a big hullabaloo about it. And I noticed today, there was a comparison made about when Stevie Gerrard and the team get roasted, walking for the coach into Pedo Dome for the last game there. And that was the words of Rangers team and manager get roasted. And then in the same token, Stevie Clark's getting bigoted chanting at him. Was it no bigoted chanting towards Stevie G and the team?
Exactly.
So that you're right there, Oxshire and Bridge. It's the negativity that comes out in it, and it's only about us because we are the biggest show in town, or the oldest show in town. So they need something to talk about, and it's always us. But the story you're talking about,
Do you know what we need? Do you know what we need? Is a support, mate.
Listen.
We need a radio station on between 9 and 11 every night with people phone in and join us. Would that be a good idea, Blue Star?
That would be a great idea.
What would the phone number be, Bridge?
It would be 0141 356 1972.
You see what I done there, JFK?
Yes, I did, mate.
Thanks very much. It'd be great, wouldn't it? It'd be a great idea. Do you think that would ever take off?
I think it probably would. There's a good chance yet.
Aye. And they can talk. What can they talk about, JFK?
They talk about everything about the Rangers, definitely.
Aye.
What about the wee boy Jake Hasty, right? Whether he signs or whatever. Do you
It looks
think?
as if it's a done deal, mate.
Aye.
But can I ask? I mean, obviously, do you think it's a decent signing? And
I'll tell you why I do, mate. I'll tell you why I do. He might never get into our first team. This is the gamble. But I think it's good that we're looking and we're saying, right, we'll take a punt on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's played 20 games, 15 games. We think he's got potential. It's not cheap, and he might come in and he might take off, or he might no.
Yeah.
But that's the same as whether you sign somebody at £5 million, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, will they farm him out at 20 years of age? I mean, what part is he going to play? I can't see him enhancing.
They'll maybe have a real close look at him and see if he's going to get in the first team squad.
Mm-hmm.
Or they'll have to be honest and say, by the way, you're 2 years behind here.
And
then you need to go and work harder, and this is what you have to work on. And you never know, he could end up back at Motherwell. You know, stranger things have happened, Blue Star.
Definitely. On that, I totally agree with for Jimmy. What he's saying, I'm of the same opinion. Do I think he's going to be in our first team pool? No, not a chance. But I'm looking at that other side across the city, and because they've got such a massive squad at the moment, because when we've been doing the last 6-7 years, what have they been doing? They've been snapping up a lot of boys at 200,000 or 300,000, and we weren't able to do that. So exactly what you're saying, Oxjay. If there's any decent young talent that you think has got decent prospects, I'm glad we're snapping them up. I really am, because as you say, it's a case of they might not make it, but then again they might, and you only need one to make it, and that one can bring you in millions. Like the boy Kamara. See, at the moment, that guy's been absolutely outstanding. And Stevie G said after his press conference, he cost us 50,000, guys. None of I don't know any is. I certainly hadn't even recognised the guy. I really didn't. And I couldn't have told you even where he played when I heard his name. Now, the very fact he's came in, he's been playing games, and he's not just playing games now. He's shown up some of the other players. He's playing outstanding. Now, he cost us 50,000. Now, the young boy Hasty, if it's reported, they were wanting 400,000. We know they'll not get that, but they'll probably get round about half of that. Well, there's 4 times, if you look at it that way, that's 4 times the money that Kamara costs. But the boy might turn out to be a cracker. And we've got to be doing that. We've got to be trying snapping up youngsters that we think have got the potential to make it. And that can only be a good thing.
Can I come in on that, Oxjay? We're getting Kamara as a free agent. That's what we're getting him for. And we've taken the option to give him a 50,000 or whatever it was, a 50,000 fee for the last few weeks his stay. As far as I'm concerned, we didn't cost us anything. We've given him a donation, basically. That's the way I look at it.
Are you glad we've done it early?
I didn't, personally speaking, I didn't want them to do it. You know my feeling. I don't want to give them one copper coin. But yes, I've said this before. I eat my words, no problem. The guy's absolutely superb for us. And I was just going to say to Blue Star, he's a first-team pick.
Oh, at the moment,
without a shadow
of a doubt, Bridge. The guy's been absolute. I know he taken a dip, and I think it was 2 games, and the manager did drop him, and then he brought him back in. And what did he do the next game? He brought him back in. He was absolutely outstanding. And you can see it. The guy's got class. He just, to me, he's not even like a normal midfielder. As Fox kept saying, his heat's up the whole time. And some of the boys that he's putting through, unfortunately, a couple of them fell to Arfield. And I don't mean that to be derogatory, but you're seeing some of the runs that Defoe's making, and some of the guys aren't finding them. But you're seeing the intelligence there. And for me, Kamara, the intelligence he's shown on the ball, absolutely fantastic. It really is.
What always worries me, I mean, it takes a while, and he's been really, really good so far. I've enjoyed watching him because he is nice on the ball. And he must be stronger than what he looks.
Yeah.
Because there's a situation you think, he's going to lose it, and he comes away with it because he must have a bit of strength. But at the start of the season, similar amount of games, we were thinking, this boy Koulibaly, if we've got him on if we can sign him up, So, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that the two of them are similar, but you just have to cool our jets, let the boy, and hopefully he just gets better and better and grows into an even better player.
Fair point, yeah, definitely. As you say, we all thought that with Koulibaly, and
we did initially, mate, and I don't know. I believe the boy. I think he had some family issues. Koulibaly never really recovered for it.
Yeah,
but at the start of the season, he looked like a machine. But we'll see what it takes us. But I've got to say, £50,000 Kamara, nothing Kamara, both an absolute steal. JFK.
Yeah.
Definitely. And no, I'm going to say I've been made to eat my words as well. I'm the same as Bridge, and I'm quite happy to put my hand up now. I wasn't really keen on bringing Kamara in at that point of the season. I think it was maybe just a bit stubbornness. I just didn't want to give any other club any money. But as I say, I've been made to eat my words. The manager's glowing terms. He speaks at 50,000. It's a steal. That was the words he used, and absolutely a steal like that. He's going to turn into be one of our greats, I think, in the very, very near future. And as I say, see it right at the very start of the show, I'm really looking forward to next season. Hopefully at the end of this season we're celebrating, but next season I think when Kamara gets a full pre-season with us, and I'm hoping Greg Stewart joins us. Looks as if Stephen Davis is going to be there. We do know that Defoe's going to be there, so onwards and upwards, and see what else the gaffer can bring in. Just to throw a wee thing into it here at the Cat Among the Pigeons, I was talking to a friend yesterday, and he threw a name at me, and he said, and we all hear things, and he says to me that Vladimir Weiss is in the offing again for $1.5 million.
Would you take him?
I would take him in a heartbeat.
Me.
Oh, I would take him in a heartbeat, mate. He didn't want to leave Rangers.
Has he still got it?
29? Of course it has, mate. He went there for the Bucks, wherever it is in Saudi Arabia or wherever he's playing, or Qatar or something. I would definitely take him. Look, if we can take Jermaine Defoe and Stephen Davis, right, I know we're getting them for nothing, but I think Vladimir Weiss is a cracking player. He loves Rangers. He attends as many Rangers games as he can when he's in the UK.
Oh, I know that.
So, I mean, if we're going to talk about Andy Halliday being a blue nose, then Vladimir Weiss the same. But no, just for that sake, I think he's a player. But on the Kamara thing, Kamara to me is a revelation. I think he's a fantastic player. And I say I'm looking forward to what he does for his next season. An absolute steal at 50 grand.
I know some... Sorry, Jimmy, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you go, pal, sorry.
I was just going to say, I noticed there was a wee snippet about Davis. They reckon Davis is going to sign again for us.
Yeah. I mean, Davis intimated that at the press conference.
I'm saying that there's talk that he's going to sign for us, and it might even be a done deal, as far as we know. But I don't know what the price is, and I hope it's not the same price as he's getting paid between the two teams.
No chance.
Because I don't want to be killing myself. But I tell you what, he again with another one, absolutely outstanding again. I love the way he managed to get himself standing virtually inside the centre circle, just waiting the ball coming when the ball was out wide. Fantastic.
I don't know how many times I've seen him moving 10 yards and just stop and play, just nick the toe in. And then just bring up his intelligence is shown as his fitness has improved. But
indeed.
Definitely.
So I think if we can get...
We're getting mocked. No, mock's not the right word. People are questioning the boy Hasty. Obviously, they've talked about Kamara. They've talked about Jordan Jones and possibly Greg Stewart, if the rumours are right that the boots we seen getting into Auchenhowie had GS stamped on them, yeah? Or should I say the Hummel training ground with GS stamped on them. So they 4 players, but I think what they are, maybe let's take Kamara out of that because of the way he's took off. He's one of the first names on the team sheet. They're squad players who will need to perform to get into the team, Blue Star.
Definitely.
There's no first 11 at the moment.
No. They're squad players, definitely.
Unless they're doing the business.
Yes. The very fact, what our own manager used the word quality. So, therefore, they're no enhancing. For me, they're no enhancing what so-called first 11, and nothing like it. They're squad players. If you pick up a couple of injuries or something, then they'll get a chance, yeah. But no, we're looking for... If he's talking about the word quality, we're talking about guys coming in and replacing what we've got there now. Actually walking into the team, replacing. That, for me, is the word quality.
Yeah.
But are you going to... I mean... I don't know if we'll be... I don't know if we'll be completely replacing, will we? But the truth of the matter is he's got a number of players who will naturally, through natural, they'll go naturally because of the end of the contract and we don't want to keep them. Others, by the sound of it, like say Herrera, they're going to have to pay him off, and a few others probably, to make way for whatever he's going to bring in to try and reduce the wages. It might come off a different budget, you know.
Yeah, but Bridge...
Sorry, pal?
Sorry. What our managers has said repeatedly, he knows the areas that need strengthened by quality. Now, if he's using that word repeatedly as in quality, he's telling you straight, I don't know how many, because we don't know how many he's talking about. He might get 2, he might get 3, but he's certainly replacing, as in meaning he's putting the 3 in his first team. He's replacing what he thinks are great the now. He's not talking about bringing in, as Ox just said, about Greg Stewart, Hasty, etc., just for the squad. He's talking about replacing guys that's in his so-called 11 now. That's the only way you can get better. You have to replace with better quality. And it's him that's using the word, no us.
I found it interesting, the gaffer's sentence about the...
Can I just cut across you?
Go, mate.
JFK, keep that. But I want to hear a shout out before we go to the tune to the boys. I read this in Follow over the weekend. 2 brothers, Chris and Gary Liddell, who run a firm, an electrician firm in Lanarkshire. And they took a young girl who's terminally ill, and they took her to Ibrox, and she had hospitality, and she had a great day out. The young girl was Kiera, yeah. I don't know how I would pronounce her second name, so I'm not going to even attempt it in case I get it wrong, but a brilliant gesture for the 2 bears.
Yep.
The story's on Follow. Kiera, taken to Ibrox if anybody wants to read it.
Yep, read it.
Really, really
touching.
Great, the guys. Chris and Gary Liddell, well done. Great gesture for both of you, and it just shows you how special the family is. Get yourself a mute and we'll have a tune for your folks.
I've sailed the wide Atlantic, across the broad Pacific shore. I've sailed around the stormy capes, I've heard the parties roar. I fly the Indian Ocean, I've sailed the China Sea. Well, there's a sea back home in Scotland, means more than all the rest to me. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Eyebrow. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Ibrox. And it happens when the orange beat the green. No more I'll sail the seven seas, no more I'll ever roam. No more I'll feel the urge again. I'm back where I belong. At 3 o'clock each Saturday, I'll join a happy throng with Rangers banners all around. We'll proudly sing this song. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Ibrox. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Ibrox. And it happens when the orange beat the green. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Ibrox. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, it's the blue sea of Ibrox. And it happens when the orange beat the green. And it happens when the orange beat the green.
What a tune, Bridger.
It's the blue sea of Ibrox. Beautiful song. Get a wife singing that one day.
Aye, maybe.
I just love that part, I'll tell you.
You back in, chaps?
Yep.
Blue Star?
Yep.
Good man. Sorry, JFK, you were saying?
Just on the theme about enhancing the team, the squad, the pool, whatever it is, the sentence I picked out for Steven Gerrard the other weekend was when he was asked about Ryan Kent, and obviously he doesn't know what kind of price Liverpool have put on him, if any, or if you're going to get first dibs on him. But it's interesting to see that the sentence that I picked out was that he said, "I've already spoken to Liverpool, and I've informed them of the players that I would like to take to Ibrox, and they know the players that I'm keen on. Apart from, I know the name Milner was thrown in. What other, off the top of your head, guys, any other players you think that he's looking at? I mean, I've seen a couple of boys in
we'll take that boy Salah, myself.
Aye. I'll be taking immediate, no.
But Jimmy, can I just jump in there? I was delighted to see that boy Milner come on and score the other night.
Aye.
Penalty.
Yeah.
Just on the part and scored.
Yeah.
You see him doing the bridge impersonation there?
I did.
We watched it. But obviously, with his connections with Liverpool, to the relevant people down there. But it'd be interesting to see what players, is it going to be fringe players or whatever? And they have got
we need first team. Look at.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You took the words out my mouth. We need first team players. I mean, mean, we can't be doing me. If we're going to bring in boys like Kamara for 50,000, right? Who for me now is a first teamer, and then we bring Jordan Jones as a pre-contract, and we bring the boy Hasty in. No, we need to bring in somebody who's going to enhance the squad. For me, a fringe player's not going to do that.
No, we need somebody that's in our first 15, mate, if that makes any sense.
Oh,
No,
definitely. I agree with you. I agree with you. They've got a few cracking. As I say, I watch Liverpool quite often, and I've got some good players. What I can say is Liverpool have got a plethora of goalkeepers, and I'm just wondering if Foderingham goes away. I don't see there being a place for young McCrory as a substitute goalkeeper. So I'm just wondering if that'll come to fruition. I mean, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Defensive wise, there's a boy called Tom Clayton. I think he's not played for Liverpool or his uncle or something like that before.
Eddie Clayton, do you know play with Man City?
Is it Man City, mate?
I think so.
He's not a bad player. He's only about 19. I'm just hoping we don't get down that road.
Well, a day if they turn out to be absolute standouts and get in our first team and we drive us on, but I don't want players coming to develop. I want.
Aye. That's what I'm saying. They've got a big boy called Glenn Macaulay and all. He's a reasonable player.
Macaulay. G
Macaulay. Glenn Macaulay. So he's no bad. So, I mean, they've got a few decent players, but they need to enhance the squad for me. They just can't just be added on to the pool of players we've got. So, that'll be interesting to see if maybe Liverpool are kind of guys that are not getting a game every week for Liverpool in their squad at 25 or maybe loaning them out. And if they can't, maybe Klopp would rather they loan them out to Scotland rather than another Premiership team.
They've got the same problem in England as we've just spoke about, Blue Star. You take the boy Solanke, who I think was with Chelsea, then Liverpool, £19 million to Bournemouth.
Yep.
What's he done?
Exactly. And look what we've done for Ryan Kent's career. Now, Klopp must look at that straight away and says, here, wait a minute, this guy's been setting the header fire up there. Do you allow him to carry on for, say, another season, or do I bring him in, hope that he does something with us and farm him out somebody else? That can only be great for Stevie G.
I don't think there's a space in Liverpool's team for Ryan Kent.
No, I'm agreeing with you, Bridgeman. What I'm saying is, but they still maybe would take a punt in the sense that maybe keeping them in a pool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, good point.
As regards to wingers. Because they've got stacks of wingers, they really have. It's not until you get into their back room and that you see the amount of staff that they've got. They've got stacks of wingers. So I
think if Ryan Kent came back to us for the next season on loan or we bought him, I think within a season, providing he keeps going, his improvement is unbelievable. If he can star the way he's been starring for us over the last 3 months, I'll tell you, he's going to be some player. Yeah, he's just coming of age where things are starting to open up for him and he can see what's happening around about his life. By God, he's a fabulous player. Wonderful, wonderful player.
Well, that's the point. He was already farmed out to 4 other English teams and it just didn't work. Pal. Exactly. It didn't work for him. So the very fact he's come up here and he's played a lot of games for us and he's proved that he's got the ability. Klopp must look at that with his backroom staff and say, well, here, wait a minute, this guy's setting the head on fire up there. Do you allow him to go another year or do we bring him into our setup? We don't know that answer yet. But going back to what Jimmy was talking about there, I'd say you would all agree on this point. Whoever he brings in as he deems as in quality, he's looking for them to push, if not walk into our team. Now, that's the way I'm reading it. Because as we say,
he doesn't think that the boy Hasty's going to come right into your first team.
Oh no,
does he?
No chance. That's what I'm saying, Ox. You got that right when you mentioned them there. They're no for walking into our team. No, certainly no. When he's using that word quality, he's talking about guys whether it was a Milner or somebody else, we're only using him as an example. James Milner wouldn't be coming to Rangers to sit on a bench most of the games. We know that if he was coming at all, he'd be coming to play in the first team. That's the 2 or 3 big signings that I'm looking for. But again, it's got to be on our terms. We can't go crazy. Any money that he gets, it just gets blown. Anything that gets spent this time he must make sure that as sure as he can that it's going to work. Because as I say, his last 4 big signings, we've got to be truthful, guys. Only one's really had the amount of games. Going back to your point, Oxchair, do you think there was something in that contract with Worrell that he had to play so many games? Because I think it's very evident how he's been dropped all of a sudden. Katic comes in, and I don't see Katic getting dropped now unless he gets really injured.
Oh, Katic is playing better than Worrell. Worrell's done okay.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a couple of boxes. I don't think Stevie G takes very kindly to bringing the club into disrepute on and off the park.
Yeah.
JFK.
No, he doesn't. And do you know, the people that were filming things like that, obviously the player is obviously associated with him. If it was one of their so-called friends, I don't think it was a taxi driver that took it. Then they should be disassociating themselves with that, because look, we've seen what happened, and we know the famous one with the lawyer and that he get caught singing a sash in Derry's walls and get blown out of proportion, because I've said before, I've not got a problem with that, but keep it in-house, and any Rangers fan that films that and then sends it into the open forums and that, then but to me they're not a Rangers fan. So, but the gaffer's right. He's got to clamp down on that, because it's a reputation of Rangers, and it's obviously Steven Gerrard's reputation, because he's got to be seen to be doing the right thing, and he's got to punish him in whatever way he sees fit. So they need to stop things like that,
So what are you speaking about? You talking about the players' night?
Yeah,
there was 5 players that were all involved in singing and sweary words that doesn't bother any Osbridge, but it's out there in the main stream now, and then others are making a big thing of it, and that's what they want. They want the Rangers players to be caught. When Brun was caught lying, steaming drunk with his pizza and that was kind of swept away after a couple of days, but they're still going on about the Rangers players. So Stephen G's trying to nip it in the bud and telling them on no uncertain terms. And he's made it public, which is good of him. He's made it public, and he's told the players it's unacceptable to behave in that manner as a Rangers player or anything. So I'm pleased he's done that.
Guys, can I just butt in? Can any of you see what JC's put on in the lobby?
For the 4-H game in Liverpool?
Yes, aye.
Did you not get the script?
Maybe I'm missing something here.
Bridge, did you not send him a script? You've got one
No.
today.
No, I didn't send it.
On you go, Blue Star. All weekend I was up writing this script. Wasted.
It says, was driving by the stadium about an hour ago. Ellison's coach outside the main door and noticed Morelos, Koulibaly and Wallace all in club gear with bodge bags, etc. heading to care cars at the rear of the Copeland stand. Someone was saying there was a bounce match versus Liverpool that finished 4-4. Anyway, got thumbs up from El Buffalo.
Or the French players getting a kick.
That was just at 3 o'clock this afternoon, but remember.
Yeah, aye, I'm just reading that, yeah.
Right, okay.
That would be good for base sets, because obviously you don't want to be training, but you don't want to be too rusty at this time of the season, Bridge Manor.
No. I mean, I have to say, I said during the break where we missed out because of the Cup semi-final, if we could have had something in the middle of that, it might have been pretty good, But this must have been a sort of long arranged one. Probably a friendly bounce game. If
they put that bounce game, I don't know how Morelos would get to play. I thought when you're suspended for all football.
Well, he probably played today.
As long as it's no paid.
All right.
It's a closed door. It's treated as a training session.
All right.
I'm awful pleased that's the weekend.
If they put that on last weekend and charged a $5 for it, there would be 30,000 there.
Aye.
How many games that Morelos has been out now? Is that 3?
3. Yeah.
So he's done 3. Kent's done 2, and that's him finished.
And
so he's available.
9 goals for.
Oh, it's quite amazing, isn't it? So look at the headache that the manager's got now. coming up? Is he going to bring Kent? You know, we were only talking a few minutes ago. For me, Kent would be bang in there. But my goodness, the way our team are playing at the moment, you don't know whether you would bring him. I would bring him in, of course. It's against Aberdeen. You've got to have all the best players you can get on the park against them. But the way the manager's got the players going, I don't know whether he would just break that spell. I just don't know. It's a big headache for him anyway.
The manager did say that Defoe's he's in the pole position. He's got the shirt.
Yeah, I'm talking about Kent. I'm talking about Kent for the Aberdeen game. Coming up on Sunday. So would you going to Ibrox? Would you bring Kent back in?
You know the old
saying. My head says, just get Kent back in. He's a fantastic player.
Yeah, you know the old saying, Bridge. If it's no broke, don't try and fix it.
That's what I'm saying. But the manager got a big headache because the team are playing well. The squad have been absolutely first class. Absolutely first class.
So would you guys say that we need another forward for next season? As a definite?
Definite.
Want to join us? What's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online where you were brought in the call by the one and only Fox. Old School Blues got a pass tonight, Bridge, man. No work the bank holidays, old school. Must be loaded.
Tell you what, he must be getting a right handful off Foxy him. He must be getting a lot of brown envelopes.
But you'll be getting double time tonight, Bridge.
Quadruple.
I'm not allowed to talk. I'm not allowed to talk. It's got one of these. What do you call these things?
Confidentiality.
Confidentiality agreement.
You're spot on. I've had a right few backhanders off a Fox.
I'm talking about players for next season, guy, and I'm going in my head about Liverpool and that. So
I'll throw a watch. We can't just.
No, but Liverpool's got a lot of good players out in loan.
So's everybody else.
No, I know, but like Harry Wilson playing with Derby County now. You know what I mean? He's a decent player. Marko Grujic, he's playing in the Bundesliga. He played with Cardiff last season. So they have got some good players. Nathaniel Klein is out in loan as well.
They signed him for Southampton, didn't they?
Aye, they did. So he's not even getting a game. You know, so would you say Ryan Kent, Harry Wilson, Marko Grujic and Nathaniel Klein, to me they would all be stick on first team players?
No, not necessarily.
Well, I don't know.
You'd have said that about Solanke as well, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't have paid 19 million for Solanke.
That wasn't the
question. No. Well, would Solanke be my first pick? If he came to Rangers, I certainly think he would have been.
All he's done is doing the job Defoe was doing there.
That's what he is, aye. You're right.
You know, 19 million. That's the craziness English football at the moment.
Yeah, of course it is. And that's the frightening thing about Ryan Kent, Oxshire. If Liverpool get an offer, a silly money for him, then you can't blame them for selling him. You know, if somebody comes in and offers £10 million, what can you do about that? You know, it's your loss. And I think maybe the gaffer's maybe planning for that. He's no telling us if he does know that, look, so and so is behind the scenes making an offer. But we'll wait and see. But
Jimmy, on that, we've got now this season, from this season, onwards, we've got something to offer some of these teams down in England to take some of the better youngsters up, because we can give them access to European football. Which, I mean, that young Kent's had a fantastic run, you know. And some of the other boys must be kicking themselves. They've had European football. The likes of Koulibaly, and he played well on the European side, and then he's going to have to go back down to wherever he came from. And my goodness gracious, he's going to have a kick at the ball in the first team, not anything else.
It was a French team, Angers.
Angers, that's it, Angers, yeah.
I think.
Well, there's the likes of Tav.
Angers, isn't it? Angers.
The wee Brighton guy, he's desperate to get Tav. I mean, he's come on Sky and tell Sky TV straight.
Who's this?
What do you call him? Played for Man U. Their manager at Brighton. Wee coloured guy.
He played for Spurs, mate.
Sorry, Spurs.
He played for.
Aye, Houghton. He's desperate to get Tav. absolutely desperate. But it's down to it's like everything else. It's down to money.
Well, I'm assuming that Rangers haven't been approached. Otherwise, you would think we would have heard something. No?
No, it'll probably happen in a close season. But
The
Right,
window's not open yet, Bridge.
No, but something you just don't know, do you?
Well, obviously, there's always tapped up. You're naive if you don't think that happens. It happens at all levels of football.
Have you guys heard anything about the European tournaments next season? What kind of qualification is it? Are we still going to have to play them a mini league before we get to the group stages? Is it going to be the same?
What do you mean a mini league?
I think we play 3 ties,
No,
Jimmy.
look how many games we played.
One less.
Aye,
Just
finishing
one less.
Finishing second, we still play 3. Aye.
Still play 3.
Well, it was 4 we played last season.
It was 4. That's what I'm thinking. Aye, so it's 3.
So it'll be
It's
3 this year.
Yeah.
With luck. With luck.
Aye, well,
I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to everything about next season. And we've got our manager's done very well in his first season as a full-time manager. And if he's picked up anything, he's had a great run in Europe. So hopefully he'll be sorting his teams out and players out for that run, a run like that again, or sort of very close to it, or better even. Because I thought we were tremendous in Europe. What a great run! To me, that just brought the hackles back up in your spine. You know, my God, you're watching that. That was our team. Just fabulous. Just fabulous. Loved it.
Would he be inclined this time, if he's really charging for the league though, would he be inclined, do you think, to play more what we'd classify fringe players in Europe? Would he sacrifice that or not?
No, I doesn't mean Stevie's upbringing. He'll not see that. He'll think that if you want to compete in every match and you drive forward, then that'll help you drive towards the league.
I totally agree, Ox.
You know,
Therefore, would you admit our squad would have to be enhanced with a good 5-6, what we classify top, well, players that could come into our 11 or come into our top 16, if you put it that way. We would need a bigger first team pool in the sense that they would have to be better enhanced than what we've got now. Because
be another 10 players.
Aye, in my opinion, guys, if you think back to the European run, certainly I think the style of football certainly suited our players better. I don't think there's any argument about that. But coming into next season, the pressure's really on him to win. So therefore, he couldn't rely just on 14, 15 players, guys. He couldn't. No, to do both. I just don't think that's feasible. I don't.
No. I mean, I'm getting more annoyed as the weeks go by, seeing the result.
Absolutely.
And then I looked at the fixtures and I thought, what about that? And then I thought back to the Gibbon Parkade where we were the better team of the piece.
Yeah.
And you're saying to yourself, if only that had been a draw even.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know?
If it had been a draw, we'd have been the driving seat, Ox, yeah.
So if it had been a draw, we'd have been
6 points behind. So
Aye.
to me, we're in the driving seat because I'm looking at the games they've got.
I don't know about that, but if we'd have won, it'd have been 3 points. We'd have been 3 points behind, and it'd have been in my own hands if we'd have won all our games.
And all the games against Hibs, good grief, we would have been in front.
And then you've got the other flip side of Lennon. Was it 3 away games in a trot? They won with last-minute goals.
Aye.
You know, so there's 6 points there. You know, you laugh.
That's what I'm saying, Ox. So see the likes of 15, 16 players if we were competing in Europe.
Aye.
In all honesty, mate, it wouldn't be enough. No way.
No, you need better than that, mate. You just natural injuries and...
Yep.
Look at the boy, De Bruyne, just went to kick it. Looks as if he's...
Exactly.
By the way, it looks as if he's completely knackered that. That's what that looks like.
They'd as well just leaving him now, wouldn't they?
Aye, definitely.
You know.
Well, he must have been one of the best players in the world over the last couple of seasons there. And he's getting injury after injury past couple of months.
But don't forget, guys, I mean, we've still got a couple of players coming back too. We still don't know definitely on Dorrans. We certainly know Thingby will make it back, Murphy. So, I mean, we've got a couple of players there that we know that can play for us, certainly. But we would certainly need more numbers, there's no doubt about that.
Okay, so here's a question for the lobby then. Fully fit Jamie Murphy or Ryan Kent? RK for Ryan and JM for Jamie. Bridgman.
For me, I would play both.
But
it's very difficult. Very difficult. I would have to go for Jamie Murphy because he's our player. If it was between two straight choices, at the present moment, I think I would go for Kent. I think Kent's got something that Murphy doesn't have, and I like Murphy. I think he's a smashing player, but Kent's got something. He's got magic. He has got magic in his feet. Really good.
At the moment, it's a landslide. There's no even one for Murphy. Oh, sorry, there's one now.
No, there isn't. Murphy's too slow.
Everyone's Kent.
There we go. That's a surprise. There's no a few more. Maybe people forgot how effective Jamie was for us in a lot of games, JFK.
I mean, just only because he's injured and that, But I mean, the guy holding the jersey there is obviously Ryan Kent, so you've got to get to Ryan Kent. But I'm a big fan of Jamie Murphy because he's a local guy.
Intelligent player, mate.
He's a cracking player. He's a cracking player, and I'm hoping he gets here this
history. Lad as well.
He's a cracking boy. So, Graham Dorrans, I'm not so sure about. I don't think he might not recover for it. But Jamie Murphy, certainly, I'm looking forward to seeing. I'd like to see the two of them playing in the Rangers team, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him getting a pre-season under his belt and making his impact that we know, because I think he's a cracking player.
You've also got Wee Docherty as well, guys. That's him's got another goal. That's him 10 for the season now. So he's definitely, he must be pushing.
I know
it's a different ball game. I know that. But I still think that, as I've always said about him, Ox, I genuinely, the thing I really liked about him was, from start to finish, his engine, his energy's terrific. He can run all day, and I think that could only be an asset for us.
Aye, but his ball retention once.
Oh, I know that, mate. Yeah.
But I think he gets sent away with things to develop, mate. He gets sent away with, this is what you have to do. There was none of this away you go, and he was sent away with a plan and what he had to work on, and obviously 10 goals from midfield, quite a few man of the match performances, but I don't know if that's quite the level we're looking at. But if he's cutting up, hopefully he'll have the gaffer have a look at him next season,
Yeah.
Careful.
But it's interesting to see. It's a real difficult thing, this thing, Bridge, getting young talent into a first team, innit?
I agree with you. I felt that we were rushed with Docherty. I don't think he was. I never thought he was the player that Rangers needed. I didn't think he was Rangers quality, and all the rest of the shall we say, the negative but positive for the player. The player, Rangers have been wise. They've taken him on. We saw him. We saw it with our own eyes. He was hot and cold, and that's no good enough. You've got to take that consistency into your game. And he's away down there, and he sounds as if he's doing very, very well. I think Gerrard might bring him back and ask him if he wants to go back down again. I mean, because the player must be quite enjoying it as well, where he wasn't getting a game. Now he's getting a game. He's been, as you say, player of the year, scoring some goals, good performances. It's really good for a player's confidence to get that. Whether he feels, if he watches the Rangers versus Hearts the other day, he must be able to say himself, I probably wouldn't get into that squad.
Ox, I'd like to ask you a question. You're living down there. A lot of the guys in the lobby then who are saying that he's playing in a crap team, but he's playing against a lot better standard teams than what's in our league. Would you agree on that point? I'm not saying them all, but surely there must be a few teams down there that you would rate above some of our league.
I'm only down here for security reasons, mate.
I know,
social security.
You know what I mean, guys. Surely some of the teams down there must be of even
I'll
the same quality that we're playing against.
I'll throw it back to you, mate, with a question, mate. How poor were Bury?
I thought Bury played well against us.
Exactly.
Really?
I thought they were all right.
It could have been 12-0.
I thought they were all right. I quite liked them. I quite like watching them.
Jeff,
They weren't.
Sorry, mate.
It was like men against boys, wasn't it?
It was boring, mate.
What's boring?
It was boring, and I think if Rangers had taken their foot off the gas, could have won about 10-15-0. It was a training exercise. It was a yawn game. Paid my money to go and see the Gers. That's all I wanted, to go and see my team play. But as a spectacle, it was very, very poor.
And what would you say was the gulf in quality between the players on both sides of the pitch?
I would say you could probably say Rangers Premiership, obviously, and I would say probably Bury were, but you would deem as, if I was saying, compare them in a Scottish team, I'd say probably the lower division.
Well, guys, Marsden Bears just put Sunderland, Portsmouth and Charlton. Now, I've watched the last couple of Charlton games. You're not telling me Charlton wouldn't give most of the teams in our league a run for their money? Aye, they would, definitely.
My local team just either beat Charlton last week or the week before.
No, I know, but I'm talking about their actual
They would survive in our league, mate.
You reckon? Against your Killies, etc. I think they would.
How many times we beat Kelly this season?
That's easy to say, but at the same time, you're talking about the overall. That's because they raised their game against us.
All right, okay. No,
I don't see. I haven't lived in England. I know there's a big difference in quality, type of football, and some players can walk down to England and maybe spend 3 months or 4 months just trying to get into the squad, and all of a sudden it happens for them because they get the flow of the games and they start to see it. It's very difficult for some of the English players at the higher level of English football to come up into the kick and rush type of football there is up here. But some of them for the lower leagues who play a wee bit more kick and rush than they can walk in. You look at that boy, is it Maine from Motherwell? The boy that was here and went back down again, him that scored all the goals for Motherwell. So there's a lot of guys come up to the sort of lower leagues in England and walk straight in and can play quite well because it's the type of football they're used to. I'm looking for Rangers to play against Hearts and Motherwell the other week. Yeah, these are the types of games I want. I want us to play really good football on the ground, and it'd be great to watch. And it's good to watch. And that's why I say, if you ask that boy Docherty to watch the Hearts game and the Motherwell game, and ask, he's got to put hand on heart, could you walk into the Rangers squad with the way you're playing? I would doubt very much if he could.
I think what I will say is for the championship, I mean, I had to look. Wigan won the day, and I just wanted to see who was playing. And Gardner and Windass, I think, were both unused substitutes. You know, and Windass, a lot of people say
I liked him. Yeah, I liked him. I did.
It was so frustrating. I mean, if you think back, he scored a great goal against him, and what he should have done when he scored the goal, go out to the manager and say, "Take me off, that's been done my bit." Because he just done nothing the rest of the game, mate.
I take your point, but I still think that you've seen enough glimpses of him here and there that the boy definitely had ability. I think
he had ability, mate. But
his attitude, yeah.
There's a million of them in the street, mate. It takes me on that to play with the Rangers, Jeff.
Absolutely.
I know. I mean, we read about Andy Halliday and we see Andy Halliday, and we've got the Andy Halliday song and that. There's more about playing with Rangers than just being a Rangers fan. God's sake, we're all Rangers fans, and it'd be a dream if we could even pull the shirt on once. That doesn't make you a good football player. I think Greg Docherty, I can't see him getting even into the pool. You know, if we're bringing Jordan Jones in, we're bringing the boy Hasty in. If we bring somebody else in, like maybe obviously Ryan Kent, we're hoping that he's there. Greg Stewart might be coming there. So where is the space for him in the pool? I don't see it. Shrewsbury's a rubbish team, and he's scoring a couple of goals here and there, but it's no great football, guys. To me, I watched a couple of games now and again, and it seems to be big high boys, kick rush football. And I know sometimes Scottish football can be like that, but I like to think that we can play with a bit of finesse, and I think we showed that Saturday. So for me, Greg Docherty, put him out alone another season and see what happens if we can do that, and we'll see. Because if he's bringing these other two young boys in, there's no space for him. They're not going back out low, and then Greg Docherty's certainly not going to walk into the Rangers squad. Never mind the Rangers 11.
The only thing I say about Docherty, he's our player. He's our player, and he is going to be a good player, I've no doubt about it. Whether he'll be good enough to wear the Rangers jersey, excuse the language, and I don't know. But he is our player, and Rangers need to look after him in the best way possible for him. And that is, if they don't see him being any good, he's playing down in England, he's playing quite well apparently, and maybe they should let him go down there and see if they can get a fee for him. Other than that, they need to look after him when they bring him back up. They can't bring him back up and stick him on the bench for the next 2 seasons. That'd just be madness. Just be madness.
I think somebody in that league, I mean, remember, Rosebery could still get relegated. They're only just above 4 points above the relegation. I think there's still 3 games left, I think.
2 games.
2 games. Somebody's got 3 games, so they could, in theory, still get relegated. Highly unlikely, right enough. But what I will say is it's competitive. But I think when you got the next level into the championship, that's when the big step up happens, you know. It gets the quality goes up. But we'll see. I mean, I wish Greg Docherty all the best. I think he's like Andy Halliday, you mentioned, JFK. I mean, he just wants our team. He wants to do well and part of our team. But he's got to be good enough to get in the team first and foremost.
Aye, well, I mean, we could probably. I mean, I probably could rhyme off 10 Rangers players who were Rangers greats, who were Rangers fans. Ali McCoy, Ian Durrant, Ian Ferguson, twice, 2 Ian Ferguson, Derek Ferguson. We could go on and on and on. Richard Gough, you know. So we could, but they need to be great players. And I love Andy Halliday. I love Andy Halliday's attitude at times. But just because he pumps the chest and kisses the badge and he's one of us, doesn't mean he's a great player. No, and I'm no downing him, but some people seem to think that way sometimes, Oxshire. No, you can't drop him because he's a blue nose and all that. Aye, you can. You've got to do what's good for the team. And our manager sees that. Although he does love Andy Halliday, and he said that, but he knows himself. There's a place for Andy Halliday at Ibrox, but when he says so. So somebody shouldn't get carried away that bringing a guy to Ibrox because he's a blue nose is going to work, because inevitably it doesn't. We don't have players like that anywhere, like the Ali McCoys, Ian Durrant, the Ian Fergusons, the Derek Fergusons. They're not there anymore. So having a guy that's a Rangers fan is brilliant, but if he's not a good player, he's no use to us. It's no use to us.
Well, that's true, yeah.
I wish him all the best, and he looks like a really smart, intelligent kid, and quite a fine figure, the way he conducts himself, Greg Docherty. And hopefully it works out for him, but only time will tell. Bridge, I know you've got your doubts.
Yeah, but look, I wish him. I hope he comes back and he plays like a dream. I'm looking for a midfielder to. At the moment, we've got Stephen Davis starting to kick on and become that. We're looking for a Greg Docherty to come in, and when Stephen Davis is finished, maybe in a year's time, and after next season, Greg Docherty can actually just sit in there and do the business. That's the kind of there's the man you want to be like from that perspective. Be yourself, but we want you to be taking up a position that Davis is very good at, whatever position that is. Let's say sweeper or midfield up, general. We want him to do that. And can you do that, Greg Docherty? Can you do any of the ones? Can you do what Arfield does? I don't know. He's got to make sure he can do all these things for me, and then he'll walk into our team.
Well, start.
For me, Ox, totally agree with what you're saying. I just think I'll go back to as I've been saying all night. If he's talking about quality, I'm looking for a minimum 3 players that are walking into our team. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody that's going to be far, far better. For instance, a midfielder. I know we've got Wrexham. I want a midfielder in there to walk into our team that can totally dominate a game. Now, we all know that's going to cost money unless you can get somebody that's out of contract, etc., give them good wages. That's what I'm looking for to enhance our team. Far, far better quality than what we already have. That's the only way I see is really pushing on, if you know what I mean. I know we've got players there that have proved that they're maybe up to the standard we're looking for, but to enhance the team, to enhance our first 11, we've got to bring in better. And when he says quality, that I keep reiterating the same thing. That's what I'm looking for him to bring in. Guys that are better than what we have.
But don't forget, Blue Star, apart from the quality that we should be bringing in, there's quality that we could end up losing because, there's rumblings that Southampton are teetering and making an offer for Scott Arfield, but I've heard that Scott Arfield's very happy. That was the reason he came back up to Scotland for family reasons as well, so I don't think we'll lose him. But somebody could come in for Ryan Jack. You've already said about Houghton looking...
Absolutely, JFK, that's what I'm saying. So we don't know who's leaving and whatever.
We need to replace that, but there is quality in our team that we could end up, that other clubs are going to come in and make a bid for.
But when you're doing your squad planning, and maybe a few weeks earlier, but that's when you're doing your planning, you're sitting there. I'll go Mr. Gerrard because obviously I'm the clever one, right? You can go Mark Allen. Who can you go, Blue? You can go Dave King, yeah. Mm-hmm. And Brad, you can go Jimmy Bell, all right? Brad.
Hold on, I'm trying to pack this bag.
No, but when you're doing your planning, you've got to do worst case scenario, haven't you? You've got to say, right, okay, we'll bring him in, right? Who does that free up? Who can we let go? What happens if? That's what you have to do. And obviously, you can't cover all the bases in sport because, you can say, right, we'll sign the two, that's us covered. And lo and behold, the two of them run at each other in training, clash of heads, the two of them out for 6 weeks. That's the uniqueness of the business. But when you're doing your planning and you're organising, you'll be sitting down and having these conversations. And I think Mark Allen, Stevie Gerrard, and some others have been involved in a lot of talk and a lot of planning. And as I've always said, one of the problems we've got is getting players out the door. Bridge, you packed that bag?
Bag's all packed now, pal.
Don't be the first. She's been trying to pack your bags for years, boy.
The bags are packed. I'm ready to go. No, I think that you're right. I think everybody's got to know what everybody's going to be doing. And yes, remember, Mark Allen might turn and say, well, the way my budget figures are, we're way over the wages, so we need to get rid of people and we need to get rid of this and that. And also, obviously what we don't know, the things we don't know are, is there a possibility of a bid coming in for Morelos and what we're going to do about it? They'll be talking like that, wouldn't they? They will be. And surprise, surprise, if Southampton came up and asked to put a $6 million or £6 million bid down for Arfield or a $3 million, $4 million, whatever it is. So if they put that down, Rangers won't refuse that, I don't think, unless, of course, the player doesn't want to go. But the Rangers would let the boy go if he wants to go. I'm quite sure of it and get the money. So there's a lot of things going on. Obviously, as Blue Star's been said, we're not under any illusions. We got to get in maybe 2 or 3 players, maybe even 4. But there's no good bringing in 4 players the same as we've got. But we're already going to get the boy for Kilmarnock, Jordan Jones, and we're going to get the boy Hasty by the sound of it. So you've got really good backup there for some of the players that we've got now, and the ones that are going to lose through sort of natural wastage, the lone players going away. We're looking for 3 or 4 players that can, as Blue Star said, that are going to be first teamers. And one of them I want to be a huge big centre half that be our captain. And we develop a system called 3-5-2, and we go and play football with it. Sorry, guys.
By the way, I think slowly but surely Steven Gerrard's got us a huge centre half that's looking not a bad player.
Big Katic is starting to come on, isn't he?
The last 2 games, mate. I mean, that was a different position. That's unique. near enough in Scottish football. That big guy, I mean, I know the big guy Cosgrove at Aberdeen's physical, but that man at the Hearts is something else. And the big man, there was a couple of times, there was once he get turned in both halves. But you know, the piece, his heading looked as if it had improved so much for the start of the season, Blue Star.
I don't know, but my attitude was at the start of the season. I thought the first 10, 11 games, I've got to be truthful, I thought him and Goldson were excellent.
Now, if you watch the reruns of the start of the game, the start of the season, Katic's done all right, but there was times where they were working really hard at the training centre.
Aye, absolutely, that's what I'm saying, Ox. But if you take in the first couple of months of the season, we were also playing the games in Europe. That you couldn't fault the two of them. They did what they were supposed to do, and that's how I'm saying we knew there was off-field things wrong with Katic. But the one mistake, whenever he was dropped, make no mistake about it, our manager was very, very harsh with him, because automatically Worrell came in and he was dropped. He was dropped sincerely because he wasn't even getting in the squad again. So I'd still maintain that was down to Worrell's contract. He was told he had to play so many games. There's no doubt about that. We spoke about it during the season, and it's definitely fact. That was in the contract that Forrest had put forward. You're only getting them if you're going to play him so many games. That definitely happened. So that wasn't to Katic's detriment. It was to his detriment, but it wasn't doing to his ability. We've seen that. We know the guy's got ability. So for me, I think he was a wee bit harsh with him. But again, as you said, Ox, that there was things off the field that were happening with Katic, and I think that played a part in it as well. Because at the same time, he could have dropped Goldson just the same and played Worrell. But if you're talking about players now, make no mistake about it. If it comes to the fact that somebody comes in with an offer around about 10, whatever, for Morelos, there's no way he's there, guys. He's off. No. He's away because they need the money for players.
Can I come in there?
It's as simple as that.
On you go.
I agree with you. What you were saying there, Oxshare, about the heading with Big Katic.
You had a good view of that, mate.
You remember I says, away at the start of the season, we've not got a commanding centre half who can header a ball. And we were talking about the likes of Big Goffey, how when they went with for a ball, he could header it basically for the penalty spot right into the centre circle. And we've not got a defender like that, but we seem to be maybe getting that with Katic. And maybe knew that maybe the time away with the first team and training just has maybe they've enhanced that. You know, that's what you need to be doing.
Maybe Big Macaulay was teaching them, mate.
Yeah, well, you took the words out of my mouth, mate. I just think that he's been coached better at the back. No, this is what you've got to do, because that's the type of player Macaulay is. A big commanding centre defender who, when you go for the ball, make sure it gets away from you as far as your defence as you can. And I certainly saw that myself on Saturday, same as you did. So I'm pleased about that. I rate Big Katic, and I hope he goes on to become a great Rangers centre back that I think he can be. On Morelos, we could bump our gums about Morelos all year. We know if somebody comes in with a decent offer, then I think the gaffer will decide to let him go. And that will obviously enhance our squad, hopefully, with whatever money's we receive. But defensively, I think if Katic and Goldson are playing in there together, I don't know if Worrell's going to be there next season. I doubt it. But we still keep with Flanagan. I've got to put my hands up and say I can't see Flanagan doing much wrong to do. So I've got to bow to that. Tavernier, you know my feelings on Tavernier. I think sometimes he blows hot and cold. Him and Goldson were probably, but you don't like using the word worst players on Saturday. But out of the 11 that were on the park at the start, I would say they get the least pass marks.
They were quiet.
I'd give them a 7 and the rest all 8s and 9s. So I'm not saying that I thought they performed to a reasonable level. But yes, what you said there about Katic, I totally agree with you. I just think that I think something's happened behind the scenes and he's been coached better. And I'm happy about that, because I think
plus, if you consider the big guy that he was up against, we all know he's about the strongest, tallest guy we've got in our league. And Katic was absolutely immense, I admit. But I did always think, Ox, that he was good header of the ball because he was one of the few that scored us a few goals all with headers. But as you say, he's going by Saturday there. Oh, he's come on even.
Oh, these defensive headers really improved.
Of course it was. They were
Definitely.
outstanding. So they've obviously been working on him, and that hopefully that's done the trick with him. As you say, the very fact he was out there all the games, he's maybe got his head together and says, well, wait a minute, they can bring in somebody else here in my place, so I've got to start showing the gaffer what I can do, and he's certainly done that on Saturday.
See, with the Hearts, you mentioned the centre forward there. Is there a reason is that not one of the reasons how Scottish football is? I feel like, is it in trouble? Because I looked at that game on Saturday. Hearts had just qualified for a cup final, and they had thousands of empty seats. And this is before we went 3-0 up. Emptied, but you're saying to yourself, I thought that would have been full.
And we all know they've got a half decent support, exactly. Their ground was empty, really.
So it was Easter weekend, but I just don't know. I mean, imagine watching that every week. I don't know. Naismith's still their best player,
Yeah. But to be fair to them, if you were kind of stoning up for them a wee bit, they have had horrendous injury problems. They really have. I mean, they've missed Naismith. We took Lafferty after them when Lafferty was playing well with them. Naismith was a revelation this season to him until he got injured. So, and the big guy Heron was doing all right for them. So they have had some bad injuries,
I was in a conversation with a guy yesterday about John Suter, and he says to me, do you think we could get him back, the big man, for his makeshift weight?
Like Lafferty?
Aye. I said, I don't know if Hearts would take him back.
Yeah.
Would you take Suter no matter what though? Would you like to see him at Ibrox?
Me?
On Saturday's performance?
No.
No.
I wouldn't touch him.
Yeah, it's what
I said this last season. I said it last season about him. We spoke. In fact, my memory said Murray Oxtear spoke about him 3 years ago, and he looked a really good player. I think he was with Dundee United then or something like that. Sure.
Aye, was I?
He looked the part. But now he just looks big. He looks a lumbering chap. He's only 6'1", maybe 6'2", but I think he's 6'1". But he's built like a brick, you know what? And I don't know whether that's impacting his
Guys,
ability.
the mad thing for me is, without any shadow of doubt, I would take Berra before I would take Suter. I'm not kidding. Even at his age,
defender. He's the best defender.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, he is.
Maybe we missed the trick there. Maybe 2 or 3 seasons ago, Berra might have done us a turn.
Oh, aye, definitely.
Definitely. It would have been popular when we signed him, but he's an effective defender. Then again, if he'd signed for us, he'd have been sent off every second week.
Aye, probably.
But really pleased with Saturday's performance. I just want to win again on Sunday and keep this run going. And you never know. You just never know. But I can't see it. But
we owe them a do-not.
They
put us out of the cups. We owe them a real going over. We really do.
But will they come and sit in and play 10 behind the ball again and try the same tactic, mate?
Of course they will.
Of course they will, yeah.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Aye.
Yeah. I see Kilmarnock, they're going to be putting their appeal in. So see who they've got available for the game against the Puddle Drinkers on Saturday. So,
well, if you look at that game, the way that game's panned out, it's been totally against Rangers, and it'll not be funny. There you've got that big boy. They should have been sent off twice. That big Cosgrove, and he never done it right. So he's free to play against us. And then the other 3 that got sent off, or 2 of them anyway, that got sent off, they'll probably, shall we say, be still sent off, and the red card will stand, and they'll not get playing against the Celtic. You know what I mean? So it's all going to act against the Rangers and for them. It's really weird how it works. It's really weird. But you're right. We need to go out and play. We need to beat Aberdeen, no matter what. Beat Aberdeen. I said, if they didn't win the weekend there, the bottles will start to go a wee bit. They really will. The nerves will start to go. Squeaky bum time. And if we win on Saturday against Aberdeen, my God, just watch out for it. then the score is going to have to be enormous. You know what I mean? They're going to have to go. And if they can't beat Kilmarnock, oh, gee, you can just imagine what's going to happen. And the old guy in Radio Clyde will be blowing up. He'll be going mental. How can they let Rangers do this? Imagine if we won this league. Bye, Lenny.
I still think we should get him Lenny for Celtic when he comes in.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, we've reached that time of the evening. Bridgeman.
Oh, what can we say? What a marvellous night. Great discussions. Really good to see. Very happy after the weekend, I think. I am anyway. And I think most of the guys are. So to all the Rangers fans all over the world, particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is, don't forget, Rangers need you. So keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us. Keep it going.
I thank GFK for taking the time to phone us. We're only caller this evening. Fox in the background doing the technicals. Blue Star and Bridge on the panel. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11, talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Fox.